Hey guys, what is going on? Back here for a review of a game that came out 8 years ago. I'm here to review Spec Ops: The Line. Now, why am I reviewing this game? It's a game that since I've beaten it, I can't stop thinking about it. Before I played Spec Ops: The Line, I had heard from many people that this was one of the most underrated games out there, so I decided to finally play this one after many years. Now, what did I think of Spec Ops: The Line? Spec Ops: The Line is a dark game. In fact, it's one of the darkest games I have ever played. And just to let you all know before I continue, all this footage that you're seeing is captured from PC. Starting with the plot, you play as Captain Walker, and you're sent along with your team, Adams and Lugo, to Dubai to find survivors from terrible sandstorms, then to radio for extraction. What you see as you get to Dubai and as you continue are the effects of what war has done and the consequences of the actions of what you are about to do. That's the basic gist of what's going on in Spec Ops: The Line, because I want you guys to experience the ride that this game has in store. And let me tell you all, you are in for one of the darkest rides in a video game. It's the kind of plot that after you do a certain action, you'll pause the game thinking, oh my god, what have I done? There was one part in particular, without giving anything away, it was basically no Russian for Modern Warfare 2, except you must take action. It's definitely a game that will have you reflect on your actions. Getting on to the gameplay, Spec Ops: The Line is a pretty standard third-person shooter. You reach a point with enemies, get behind cover, fire at enemies, blind fire if they come close, order your squad to fire upon enemies, stun enemies, or to heal a squad member that goes down. I will say one thing that I loved about the gameplay is how the sandstorms play an effect during gameplay. There will be times where Storm can actually help you for defense, but at the same time it'll be hard as hell to see to fire at an enemy. Other than that, it's a pretty standard third-person shooter. Something that I was pretty impressed by was the graphics and the art direction. Now yes, Spec Ops: The Line did come out in 2012, but I gotta tell you guys, this game does hold up pretty well. And sure, during the cutscenes, it doesn't quite look as sharp, but in-game, it looks rather good. The models look fairly good, the design of Dubai, and the look of the sandstorms look amazing as well. And the draw distance in particular looks incredible. But what really holds up everything together is the gorgeous color palette. The game has rather vibrant and saturated colors to contrast the dark tone of the game. Another thing I liked a lot was the soundtrack of the game too. The endgame score is quite good, but the songs they actually got for the game I thought really helped establish the intensity and the mood too. The moment that I heard Hush by Deep Purple, I got goosebumps to say the least. And the voice acting, I gotta say, is great too. Nolan North voicing Walker is the standout here, but everyone else I want to add does a fairly good job too. One more thing I do want to add on is that I like the length of the game as well. Spec Ops: The Line is a game that, I won't lie, is rather on the short side. I was able to complete the game in one sitting of about 5 hours, maybe 6 max. But I honestly do see this as a good thing. Because of the ride that this game is, I can see myself going back to replay it despite how dark the story and themes are. Now on to my negatives. One of them was the gameplay itself. I will say that at times the controls just don't feel tight enough, but really other than that, I wouldn't say that the gameplay is bad or anything. It's just that as a third-person shooter, it really doesn't try to innovate the genre itself, which is a damn shame. I feel like that if they had done more, I could have seen this being one of the greatest third-person shooters out there. My other flaw was the sound design with the weapons. Now granted, this game did come out 8 years ago, so I'm probably judging it too harshly, but I remember games even back 8 years ago have better sounding weapons than this. Maybe that's just personal opinion, but I don't think the gun sounded all that great. And I guess I will say as well was that some of the voice acting can sound kinda cheesy too. By the way, for those of you wondering why I'm not talking about the multiplayer aspect of this game, it's because when I tried to go into a match, no one was there unfortunately, so yeah. So overall, Spec Ops: The Line is easily one of the darkest games I've ever played, and an underrated title at that. The gameplay doesn't really do anything to take the genre forward, but it's still solid nonetheless with some great graphics and art direction. All in all, I am going to give Spec Ops: The Line an 8 out of 10. Now yes, like I mentioned beforehand, the gameplay is pretty standard for a third-person shooter, but what really makes this game just better than average is the dark and compelling storyline with some incredible set pieces. Alrighty guys, and that is going to do it for my review of Spec Ops The Line. Please comment down and let me know below, what did you guys think of Spec Ops The Line? Did you guys like it, or do you even hate it, or do you guys think it's one of the most underrated titles out there like many others? Let me know below. If you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. I'm also on Snapchat and Stardust, so if you guys want to follow me on any of those social media platforms, all the links and the usernames are in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of Spec Ops The Line. If so, please hit that like button, also subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell for whenever a new video of mine goes live. If you guys want to see any of my previous 2 videos, please click either on the left or right side of the screen. And of course, until my next review, I will see you all next time.